Scrappy people, it's Tracy Reed here today, and today I am going to be tackling another in my series of Scrapper's Block layouts where I'm tackling old photos that aren't necessarily inspiring me. So I've already sort of started without you. I'm scrapbooking. These are actually, I know I scrap a lot of photos of me, but these are actually on my 35th birthday. And so I'm scrapping a layout about my birthday. And I've started without you because I went searching in my scraps for some papers to scrapbook this with, and holy crap, you guys, how perfect is this Hustle and Heart paper with my shirt. So this is not a 9x12, it's probably an 8x12. So I pulled out some other papers that I thought would match this paper, and I've got this pink floral, I think this is from a Dear Lizzy collection. It's probably from a paper pad actually, but I think it's an older Dear Lizzy collection. This is a Cocoa Daisy collection, or a Cocoa Daisy paper from 2018, from I think the June kit or the May kit in 2018, but it matches the red really well. So I'm kind of debating here what I want to do. I wanted to get a little bit creative, but I'm not quite sure what direction I'm headed in. I really like this black and white paper as sort of a mat for both of these photos as one grouping, sort of like if it was a photo enlargement. So I think I'm going to mat these two together like this so that they stay together as one chunk. They're a little bit large, I think. I'm not going to reprint them, but I'm going to keep them the size that they are, but I'm probably going to layer a bunch of stuff over the top of them. My last layout that I did had a lot of circles in it, so I'm not going to go with circles. I'm not quite sure what direction I'm headed in. I just know that this is going to be the main paper. I was thinking about maybe doing something sort of tilted, like if I kind of cascaded these papers down, like the layout will end like right here. So then if I do that and I kind of layer here, sort of almost like a turn the page sort of feeling, turn the page on 34 and start 35. Not quite sure where I'm headed yet. I'm going to turn off the camera, think about it a little bit, and then start the process and start the voiceover. So yeah, here we go. All right, so here we go. What I did off camera was I played with the papers a bit, and I realized that it would look really cool if I flipped up the corners of this blue paper. I didn't want to do the same old, which is just center the paper and layer in a few things and call it good. What I didn't like was the background of that paper, so I'm going to use this pink paper, and I'm going to pretend like it's the back of the Amy Tangerine paper. And I'm just gonna glue it onto the corners, and it's going to be perfection. I absolutely love the colors in this layout and how it came out. Hooray! You can see that I matted the photos together like I said I was going to on this black and white paper, and I really love the pop of black and white there and how it's not in the same color scheme as the rest of the layout. And what it does is it gives me a base of color to sort of add in some neutral, which is going to be the black and the white, and just like have a little bit more freedom to incorporate things that are not pink, red, blue, or green. So because I flipped the corners, I decided that a good title would be Turn the Page. And then, so I'm going to use these gold thickers for turn and the. And then I'm going to pull out some black letter stickers from, oh, I don't know, they look like they're from American Crafts. And I'm going to put page right here. And then I decide that I want to add another title down on the bottom corner as well. It is my birthday, so I want to reference my birthday on this layout as well. course, I'm going to be really fussy about the stickers first. I normally cut this part out, but I thought you might like to see how fussy I am with letter stickers. Anyway, so I decided initially to use the gold letter stickers and put Hello 35. There was no numbers on the black letter stickers, and I think if there had been numbers on the black letter stickers, then I wouldn't have felt the need to change it later on down the line. So I add in HBD, which is, you know, happy birthday shortened. Didn't love it. I thought about moving the Hello 35 down here instead, and then adding the HBD on the pink to match the other one. Still didn't love it. So I end up putting it all back, except for I'm going to leave the Hello 35 on the pink. And then I'm going to change it in a little bit because I'm still not loving it. Mostly because the two angles of the folded corners are not the same. I didn't try to make them the same. I didn't really think about it. But because they're not the same, the letters don't go on the same angle, and that is kind of throwing me off. The corners themselves don't bother me, but the letters not being on the same plane do bother me. So I happen to have the Cocoa Daisy Noted collection, all the bits and pieces out. And so I'm kind of going through that because there's a lot of black and white in there and the pink that matches as well. So I'm going through those and pulling out anything that might match just because they're on my desk. I have these rub-ons as well that are not going to go on there, but I looked at them. I thought that these two tabs were really cool for this sort of theme as well. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, but I've just pulled out some stuff that I thought would work. So I have a bunch of words, which I always have a ton of words, right? We have so many word bits, so many label stickers when we have product, and we don't have a lot of icons, especially if you're not using a collection altogether. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play with these for another second or two, and then I'm going to turn off the camera and I'm going to go deep. And this is how I'm going to bust my scrapper's block with this layout, as I'm going to go deep, deep, deep into my stash, and you can see that I pull out anything that I think might go. There's a lot of wood veneer, a lot of giant titles, a lot of stuff that does not make it on the layout. I just went way deep into my stash and pulled out anything that I thought might work, and now I'm kind of going through and auditioning everything that might work and seeing if I like it. So you can see I pulled out that big 35. I just had some big number veneers and hello. That is perfect. So I pulled off the gold letters already, and I'm going to end up pulling off the gold hello as well. So I'm just kind of putting things around, seeing if I like any of it. Nothing is permanent yet. Nothing is set in stone, except for, you know, what I glue, which is going to be these tabs. And I really like the word bits in the center of the photos. There's a lot of dead space in the center of those photos, and I think that's a really neat place to put those word strips. So that's where they're going to end up going. And then I pull out the diamonds that I have in my stash, the diamond wood veneers, and then I have a bunch of star confetti. And diamonds and stars are kind of my thing. I have a diamond tattooed on my shoulder collarbone area. Actually, my husband and I have matching ones. And then I also have a star was my very first tattoo. I'm really into sort of symbols and icons for tattoos. So a diamond and a star are big things for me. So I thought the diamonds and the stars would be perfect for this layout. So I put the diamond right in the middle, and I'm auditioning these paper clips, and I'm not loving the way that they read on the photos, even though I like the idea of the camera paper clips that are way old in my stash. I moved the photo corners out to the corners of the photos. I like the way that they mirror the corners of the paper. Added another wood veneer. This one's pointing the other way. Then I'm going to glue down this 35. And I like this black word bit underneath it. So I try the hello again right here, and I don't like it. So I'm going to pull it off, and what I'm going to end up doing instead is I'm going to take that love paper clip, which you can barely see off to the left there, and I'm actually going to use the love paper clip above that 35. I'm going to put this word strip, I cut it in half, and then I poke it out of this folded corner. I actually end up changing out this word, or this label for the pink one later on down the line. I thought it stood out better. Trying out some of these hearts, but I ended up going with the stars instead, like I said. So I'm just going to create a couple of clusters of stars. I really love how this layout came out. It was so fun digging into my old stuff that I never ever use. Loved that I got it on the page, got it out of my stash and into my album. Still haven't put that love paperclip on there. It's going. Then I'll add in my journaling on the tabs. And what I ended up doing off camera on the little file folder tabs on the side, I found some appropriate word strips and just put them on there. Tried to turn that page, but nope, it goes right back where it was. Looking around, seeing if there's anything else I want to add here, but I felt like anything else would be too much, so I just put on this paper clip and call it good. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, you can go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you, and if you don't already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm at Tracy M. Reed. Thank you.